Hey guys, it's the Tech Wannabe, and this is actually the second time I'm doing this video. I just got finished doing this literally just a second ago and realized I had my microphone muted the entire time, so that was great. Anyways, at least I've had practice with what I want to say, and now I'm punching my microphone. Sorry about that. Anyways, what I'm going to do today is something that one of you guys requested of me to do, and that's to run a couple of more games on my uniquely powerful PC. So I have a Ryzen 9 5950X paired with an RTX 3090, and I have the EVGA for the Win 3 Ultra, so it's one of the higher overclocked ones out of the box. And I played that on a Samsung Odyssey G9, which is a 49-inch 32:9 5120 by 1440p monitor. It's just shy off like the pixel count of 4K, so it's very hard to run at this resolution, but the aspect ratio itself has its benefits and drawbacks, all of which I'm going to talk about specifically in Apex Legends. If there are other games that you want me to cover as well, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll try to aim to get the ones that you guys want to see out first. Now, I'm going to show you my settings, and I'm also going to show you some gameplay a little bit later on where I'll probably just kind of shut up and let the statistics do the talking for me. I have them up in the top left for you to see there. The first thing I want to do though is just actually show you my game settings, which I won't go through one by one because I don't want to bore you with this, but important to note here, it says 21:9, but it is actually running in 32:9. My field of view slider is all the way up because this actually affects vertical field of view as well, so it's important to have that up here. And anything that wasn't texture quality I turned off where I could, or I turned down to the lowest setting I can, because to be honest, in Apex Legends, these kind of settings here, texture, don't really affect the performance all that much, but really affect how the game looks, so I prefer to have those on. And actually, speaking of settings, as for my hardware, all I have done is enabled automatic overclocking where applicable. So for my processor, I have PBO on, and then for the graphics card, it's just pretty much what it is. I went into the MSI Afterburner tool and turned the power limit up, but from what I understand, that literally does nothing. And so yeah, what I'm going to do now is actually jump into the firing range and show you some things that I might not get to show you in a match before I go into one, because I think they're important to see. So we're heading into there now. I'll see you in just a second. Okay, here we are. Now, the first thing I wanted to show you before jumping into a match was, look at this guy here. Just take in his dimensions, how far away he looks, what his size is and everything. And as I turn to the right, oh, actually, if you're not in full screen, go into full screen. This will make this so much easier for you. As I turn to the right, keep your eyes on him and just watch what happens here. See how big he's gotten? He looks a hell of a lot closer, right? He looks like he's right next to me. He looks very wide and stumpy, but as I turn back, he gets further away again. Bigger, smaller. Bigger, smaller. And this is even more pronounced on things that are really far away. So if you can see this thing out here, this sort of like target square, watch as I turn to the left here. I mean, that gets so much bigger. It could be quite hard for you guys to see if you're watching on a 16:9 monitor, but things to the edge of the screen just become much larger and seem a lot closer, which is both, I think, a bad thing and a good thing. It allows you to catch people in your peripheral, even if they're really far away. I know I have sometimes. I've seen people in my peripheral turn, and I can't even see them, but I know they're there because I've just seen them on the side of my monitor. Now, something else which is a little bit ridiculous is the ability to look through walls. Look at the right side of the screen, you can see that target dummy, right? But he's there. Alright, like you can see through the wall, you can see the target, and you get a combination of this bug plus the zoom in, so he looks really close there. You can kind of even see what gun he's holding, where it's not so easy from this distance. You can see him nice and easy there. That is straight up wall hacks, and something you can only do with a super ultra wide monitor as far as I'm aware. So if you're looking for a competitive advantage and you have a beast of a PC, well, there's that. Anyways, I'm going to jump into an actual game now, and I'm going to do some talking after the fact. I'm just going to kind of shut up and only chime in where I believe it's needed. So we'll see you there in just a second. Okay, so here we are about halfway through a game that I actually ended up winning, and I got quite a few kills on this one, so I'm quite happy with that. I wanted to quickly note that I am actually recording on the computer that we're using to look at the game on, so This is the NVMe encoder, and to my eye, it's pretty choppy. I'm not too sure why. I'm actually working around with the encoder settings at the moment, trying to smooth it out, but I just wanted to make a note of that because it may impact the performance, but it would, if at all, minimally. I'm talking like a few frames when encoded this way, so sorry about the choppiness if it is there after this is all finished being rendered and everything, but it's just how my encoder's behaving at the moment. I really wanted to get this video out to you guys as soon as possible. One thing that you'll no doubt notice straight away is the kind of fisheye effect that you're getting, which is more pronounced during like high movement scenes. This is actually a lot less noticeable when you're viewing it on a monitor that is 32:9. So if you are looking at going from 16:9 to something like this, just bear in mind that that is a lot less pronounced when you're actually using the monitor itself. And then as for the frames, I'll pretty much just let that speak for itself, again up in the top left. And because I'm not quite sure how to actually have a benchmark after the game so that I have like the data of the averages and everything, but you should get a really good idea of what is actually happening FPS wise just by keeping an eye on up in the top left corner. There is quite a few fights, quite a few intense scenes leading up to the win here on this, so if you want to really soak in as much information as possible about the worst and best case scenarios for frames, then make sure that you just continue to watch until the end. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to just, again, leave you guys to watch this video in peace. And I'll come back in at the end. But if I don't see you there, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe if you did find it helpful. I'm going to shut up now. I'll talk to you again in just a second.
My shields. Charging up my shields. All squad down. Attention. Now let's see what they left us. We just killed the kill leader. Okay. Healing my hands. I need shields. 10 seconds. The ring is close. Aki, over here. Scanning the area. Charging up my shields. Body shield here. Level 4. Recharging my shields. We're all outside the ring and the wall of death is coming our way. Ooh, care package. What? Go faster! Hit the ejector seat. Calling upon nature's strength. Jump drive in position. Marking our surroundings. Faster, faster, faster. I downed the hostile. Reloading. That one's out for the count. Hostile right here. Jump drive. Reloading. Hit the ejector seat. Reloading. Strong work. Recharging my shields. Prowler SMD here. Reloading. All Father, give me sight. Opening shop. Come see the merchandise. Got a minute until the ring. Firing. Recharging my shields. Don't mind if I do. Silence, copy. No trouble here.
We've got 30 seconds.
More enemies down.
Reloading.
Charging on my shields.
And there it is, not a bad win, right? I hope you guys found this useful. Again, like I said just a minute ago, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you like more content like this. And let me know down in the comments below if there's more things similar to this that you'd like to see, different games, different resolutions, and I'll try my best to see if I can get that sorted out. Anyways, this has been the Tech Wannabe, and until the next time, take care.